Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay. If you're new here, welcome. Happy to have you. If you're new here, chances are you might be an ENFP or an ENTP, considering that meme is in the title of this video. And let's be real, we all know how you guys are about memes. So I hope you like this video. I'm going to be critiquing, reviewing some INTJ memes today. And basically we're going to be using these memes as tools to really pick apart some things about the INTJ personality, see what things are true, what misconceptions are out there, and you know, TE just likes to ruin all the fun because that's just what my second function likes to do. But do you know what? We're gonna force the fun. Everyone's having fun today. We're gonna have a great time. Let's get into the video. All right, first meme, here we go. When the INTJ tries to cheer you up, the guy says, "This is the worst day of my life," and the INTJ says, "This is the worst day of your life so far." So this one I would agree with. Many times in my life where I've tried to be consoling, and instead it's kind of turned to be a little bit more like regretful and remorseful to the person than originally the situation that they were going through. And so I relate to this quite a lot actually, but it's the truth. And it's like TE wants to say, hey, like you're doing okay compared to, you know, what could possibly happen in the future. So, all right, next meme. This one I disagree with. So INTJs silently judging others since forever. All right. This is why this isn't true, and this is why the whole "I'm judging you" stereotype comes through as inaccurate. I think some of it is paired with the fact that we have the judging, you know, thing from the MBTI language attached, which it's just, listen, we have the NI function and we have the TE function, okay? So judging, I don't go around trying to judge people, and I'm not trying to judge a person when they're talking to me. I don't care about the person, and I know that sounds a little harsh, but I care about the information and what is trying to happen in the situation, what we're trying to make work. Honestly, if someone is saying that they're judging you and that, you know, if people are nitpicking on your mistakes, they're focused on the person and not the information, chances are might not be an INTJ. Just saying. For me, people are not the problem. For me, getting the right information and getting things to work, that's my objective. That's what I'm here for. Whatever you do on your own time, it's fine. All right, next meme, INTJs and incompetence. The INTJ, while feeling incompetent, this is the worst, I should know this already. If I cannot do this, how will I ever be able to succeed in the future? Blah, blah, blah. INTJ, after overcoming incompetence, that's better. Yes. I think this really ties into the whole growth mindset, self-growth aspect of INTJs. We very much see our limitations once we come across them. And we know how those limitations will play into the future person that we will be. And so because we want to be the best version of ourselves in the future to dominate whatever we are doing, we want to figure out what's wrong with us now and actually make a big deal about it so we can fix it for ourselves, and then we will not run into that problem in the future. Everything will be taken care of. We'll be the best version of a human we can be. Everything will be great. I agree with this meme. All right, we got one on feelings. Hey, what are those? Okay, so INTJ facial expression, their feelings, kitten. This is very true. We have the FI function, which is third in our function stack, introverted feeling. We have this internal world of emotion, and it doesn't come out very often, and it's lower in the stack, so you don't get to see it a lot, but it's in there, and it's, might I say, very pure-hearted and genuine in a lot of ways, but a lot of people don't see it. They just see this calm, cool, collected, NITE exterior of this is the plan, this is how we have to do it, 1, 2, 3, 4. FI is just hiding underneath the jacket. All right, next meme, here we go. What life as an INTJ is like. Okay, so basically I disagree with most of this. Building arguments against my own self. I mean, sometimes I do that back and forth. Okay, this next one balances chemical equations in my own head because it's fun. Why am I doing chemistry in my head? If there's a reason I need to, maybe. But I don't do that just because it's fun. Like, what's the point in doing that? There has to be a point at the end of the day for everything. Decides to mentally calculate the square root of some big number for no reason at all. No, there always needs to be a reason. If there is not a reason for something, we are not doing it, okay? Imagines what life would be like if the earth were twice as large. Okay, what I'm hearing from this person, whoever made this meme, is a lot of NE. It's a lot of imagining things for the sake of imagining them without a reason. So this is NE happening in here. And walks into a wall. Yes, okay, I do that. All right, next meme. ENFP and ESFP making party and drinking. I'm guessing it's supposed to say plans. INTJ, I don't have time for this BS. I mean, I feel like, yes, obviously, I'm sure there's other types that would kind of go along with that as well. For me personally, I'm very particular about time, you guys know. And so to me, things that are time wasters, it doesn't sit with me well, and I literally don't have time for a lot of things that don't fit into my plan of what I gotta do. So this meme, oh my gosh, INTJ in love, or I would just say INTJ invested in like a human in general. I will solve you. Anyone in my personal inner circle could attest to this, that for me, understanding is everything. So if I am trying to connect with someone more, or if it's someone who I've known for a long time maybe, and there's a part of their personality I don't understand, I will dig to the depths of the ocean to figure out how to understand it better, so that I can understand them better and communicate with them better and be a better form of a human when I'm with them. And I just want to be able to understand the inside of someone else's brain, so that we're all on the same page. At least I'm on the same page with wherever they are. Whether they're on the same page with me, we usually not, but that's fine. I just want to know what everyone's mental landscape is, so that I can best navigate it, and communication, everything will be more efficient moving forwards. All right, next meme. INTJ stare. I never really understood what this was about for a long time, until I started to watch some videos of myself looking at other people when I was talking with other people, and I was surprised at how intensely I'm staring through that person. And there's a whole bunch of theories of why this happens, right? But for me, if I look at someone directly in the eyes, the amount of intensity makes them very uncomfortable. And I'm not trying to make them uncomfortable, and I'm not even really looking directly at them. Like I said, I'm sort of looking through them. That's just how my eyes focus. But I do want to note, we don't do this to make people feel uneasy or uncomfortable. It's just how our eyes focus. There's no cruel intentions, no evil INTJ intentions behind the stare. Just what our eyes do. Okay? Fun fact though, I can't wink with just one eye. I blink both eyes at the same time. All right, this next meme here, I don't agree with it. Sorry. INTJ only has 2 moods. Oh my gosh, the world is amazing, much wow. Also, INTJ, can you stop breathing? It's pissing me off. Okay, so in general, sensory things do not bother me. I just don't notice them. So breathing is a sensory thing. It's an SE thing. It's pulling in the environment, right? If someone is breathing weird, I just don't really notice. I am very disconnected with the sensory world if it's not important to whatever's going on. So my mind is somewhere else. You could be throwing sensory trash everywhere and I'll probably just walk right through it, have no idea. And that's just how INTJs will disregard the sensory. If it's not important to what we're doing, heck, I don't really care. Also, along with that, people who say that INTJs are spelling Nazis, give me a break. We do not. First of all, we don't nitpick on a sensory level. We don't, okay? Another thing is most of the time we're spelling things wrong ourselves or making things up wrong ourselves because we're in our head in the concept and we're not focusing on the sensory letters. That's what sensory is. Sensory is spelling, okay? So clearing that up, Not a point of contention or anything. All right, next meme, which is fantastic. This one I actually found on Instagram by someone with the Instagram profile June_MBTI. I found all of these memes on the internet, but I just started following her channel recently, and her memes and her illustrations, on point. So basically what's happening here is we've got a guy saying, I have a dream, it's amazing, I want to start making money and build my own home and all this stuff. And the INTJ girl is saying to herself, he doesn't look serious, I bet he will give up in no time. And then she realizes that he actually is serious. And then she says, drops the reality, hey, if you're dreaming and you're not actually doing anything, you're literally doing something that's useless. And so this relates to me on so many levels. I completely agree with this meme. In my relationships in life, one thing I have to be really particular about not doing is killing people's hopes and dreams. Because what I want to do is offer what I see as a reality and as an actual implication. If they were to do that sort of thing, what would happen? Or if I see someone just going out into dreamland and then not actioning anything, then I'm going to be like, hey, well, none of this stuff is going to happen unless you actually start to make progress in these certain ways. What I have realized is not everyone is looking for your NITE advice. Some people just want to dream and dream out loud, and you just can't stifle everyone with reality all of the time. Now, we can stifle people with reality if it is welcomed, and you can do whatever you want to do at the end of the day. But this really relates because I have done this to basically everyone. Another meme I disagree with, here we go. Favorite phrases of INTJs. First of all, I saw it coming, I told you, blah, 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 to be honest. Not totally. So I'm never trying to be one of those people that's like, I told you so. Because if I actually said I told you so after all the situations where I could tell someone so, it would just make me look like an ass, and I'm not trying to be that in the world. Like, what's the point? What is that actually achieving at the end of the day? So, speaking of that, and I just did it right now, a phrase that I hear INTJs say quite often is the word actually. So what is that actually achieving? What are you actually doing when you're doing that thing? And I think what that word represents to us is when you boil it all down and you really look at the big picture of what is happening here, what is actually happening. And it's a word that really is encompassing a full frame of understanding versus a specific thing. And so the word actually, I would say, should be on that list. And the other thing I hear INTJs say very, very often, I do it myself, is the phrase, at the end of the day. Okay? If you guys go through my videos, you'll hear me say it a lot. I hear a lot of other INTJs say it, which again, it means a very similar thing, that if you boil this all down, reduce it down to a singular concept, this is actually achieving, I did it again, this is actually achieving what we want it to achieve. This is, I can't stop saying the words now. You guys get it. The words on here, I don't really agree. So, all right, next meme. A visual representation of the two sides of my personality coexisting in peace. So when I came across this meme, it's been circulating the internet recently. I actually laughed out loud because of the fact I had just described myself as a fruit bat to another human that same week. It had to do with being kind of like lovable and cute, but also just like kind of dark and mean looking. But this is a great representation through this meme of what it's like to have this like dark, intimidating, ominous side, but then also this very like warm and soft and cuddly internal world. Now, will you probably ever get there? Most people know, but just know that both those worlds exist together, and that's just kind of what makes us up as humans, or as aliens. So I agree with this one 100%. Next meme, how to tell if an INTJ likes you. They answer the phone. I couldn't agree with this more. I don't answer phone calls from, number one, unknown numbers. People who do that, you are literally very brave, because anyone could be on that side, and they could try to steal your time for hours, and you know, we don't have enough of that just to go around to anyone. So if I am answering the phone for you or taking time for another person just in general, it means I do care about them, because my time, my most valuable asset, my most valuable currency, I'm sharing it with them, and that to me means a lot. That means I'm giving them something that's more valuable than money. So you're welcome. Another feelings meme, here we go. INTJs, are you sure you want to delete all feelings? Yes. So INTJs and feelings, yes, we are a little bit weird with those FI feelings, because sometimes they can feel as though they are distractions from what we're actually trying to do. And a lot of times we don't even rate them or even acknowledge that they exist, because they're not a factoring component of what we're looking to achieve. So let's say my goal is to do X thing, and somewhere along the way, some kind of feel passes by. But to me, that feeling is not a part of my objective and how I get there, so it doesn't rate for what I'm doing in that time. So a lot of times we just delete them, let them blow past. That can lead to its own set of problems as well. But it's something we do. I agree with this meme. All right, next meme. We're hitting a lot of good ones in a row. So NTs and awkwardness, I'm just gonna skip down to the INTJ section. So this one in particular was verbalized by my husband, and I think it was actually in another video that he may have been on my channel on. So what it says here is INTJ feels awkward all the time, not very awkward. Sees themselves as socially awkward and incompetent, actually presents themselves rather well. So I feel extremely socially awkward. But according to my husband and other people, they're like, you know, you're kind of fine. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And so, you know, we have this weird thing with our perception versus the perception of other people towards us. And I just feel like I'm barely getting by on the social spectrum. Like, I'm barely holding it together out there in the real world. But apparently I hold it together a lot better than I realize. So I'm grateful for that, and I would agree with this section of this meme. Next meme. INTJ, no, I can't just relax. Yeah, this is, sometimes we just have a hashtag no chill button, especially like internally. Though we may seem very calm, cool, and collected on the outside, chances are we're thinking about the next 10 things that we need to be doing. We're planning out every aspect of those things. And so while I may seem quiet, cool, and collected, on the inside, my brain is just making a mess and destroying everything that it knows and reworking it and making all the things work so that when I do them, they're done efficiently and greatly. It's one of the things that plays into us having trouble living in the moment right here. All right, next meme. This made me laugh. The girl's like, I'm angry, and INTJ finally figures out an emotion they've been feeling for a really long time but could never put their finger on what it was. Yes, okay. So many times, if you asked me how I was feeling in a moment, I would not be able to tell you. And to people who have a feeling function higher, or especially people who have FI, they're like, what do you mean you don't know how you feel right now? I just literally don't know how I feel about my current state or how something else in the environment makes me feel. I just don't know. I am disconnected from that function. I don't know what it is doing. Sometimes it takes me a while to process it and really understand, oh, I was feeling angry. That's what was happening. And so, yes, sometimes we just literally don't know how we feel about a thing, a person, a whatever. I don't know. I guess it's fine. That's usually my answer. It's fine. I'm not dead. Like, I'm good. I'm fine, you know. But we literally are fine. Just to unpeel the layers of the INTJ onion. It's very strange. All right, here's another meme I disagree with. There are 2 rules in life. 1, never give out all the information. 2, it's not there, obviously. All right, so why do I disagree with this meme? So, if there is not a specific reason why you need to leave out information, why would you leave out information that could be pertinent to someone's understanding of something? It doesn't make sense. Now, if there is a reason that you are leveraging in order to achieve something that you need to leave out information for, sure, leave it out. I understand that. But just not giving out the information just so that you can withhold it for yourself, That makes no sense. That's not a TE strategy. Debunked. All right, so next meme, INTJ, a very complicated and sophisticated puzzle that you're just better off not solving. I disagree with this for a few reasons. First of all, sophisticated puzzle, okay, give me a break, right? Complicated, sometimes, yes, I'll give you that. Better off not solving. You have a threshold of being able to solve. Why would you not want to solve to at least the threshold that you can personally understand? I do like it when someone takes the time to try to understand me better, because that allows for us to have a greater degree of communication. That's important to me. So just people being like, yeah, I don't care, whatever, like, okay, fine, then we won't have a good line of communication. So I wouldn't agree with that. Next meme, trying to explain myself. I get caught in this trap so often because, once again, it comes down to people understanding things and me wanting to communicate understanding, and just I want things to work and to be understood as a whole. So, because that's what the TE function is responsible for, that. It feels responsible for the extroverted sense of thinking and logic. So we want to make sure that things are understood. And me having NI first, I want the global concept to be understood by you, whether I have to beat it into your brain or not. So sometimes I will try to explain something either related to a subject or related to myself to an extensive point. All right, next meme. I don't agree with this one. INTJs recreating an argument from 6 hours ago with new and better points. No, I don't really do this. I usually hit the points that I want to hit when I'm speaking when I need to speak them. And in terms of revisiting a conversation later, my brain doesn't really regress in how it looks at scenarios. I will go through a situation and hit it the best that I can in that moment, and then I'm already focusing on the next thing in front of me. It's looking ahead. It's not looking backwards. It's not ruminating on past things and just over dwelling and just we're not thinking about the past. We're really thinking about what's coming up next. And that's my bigger problem, is thinking too much about what's coming up next versus what happened before. You can't change what happened back then. You can change all the things that are going to happen in the future depending on how you perceive them and how you think about them and how you prepare for them now. So that's what I do. All right, we're getting close to the end here. All right, so people say, what's an INTJ female like? Me, I am not nice. Okay, perception is not reality. Perception is just your reality. So I don't think that I am not a nice person. I actually think that I'm a very nice person. And if you ask anyone that's close to me, they'll probably agree that I'm a pretty nice person. I may not follow the traditional norms of what women generally are when they're nice. I feel like we have a very biased view of what a nice young lady human looks like, and it's very much like an ESFJ sort of style of what nice is. And I may not be nice in that traditional sense, but I am nice in a genuine sense. And I think that comes from my FI, like paired with my other functions. And I really do want, at the end of the day, what's best for people. I do want things to work for others. And I want to achieve the things that I want to achieve. I'm not here to break anyone for the sake of breaking anyone. So I am nice. I'm just not fluffy and going to try to make you feel great in the process. I want it to work. I don't care if you like it or not. So that's TE versus FE. All right, and last meme. This one, I hope you guys can see it okay, but I read this and I was like, oh, it hit me right in the FI. It did. Things I want people to take to heart. So I'm just going to read through the ones that apply to me. Introverts, you're not alone. Intuitives, you're not weird. Thinkers, it's okay to feel. Judgers, it's okay to relax. All of those, yep, you're hitting them. NI DOMs, you're not too complex to understand. TE DOMs, you're the logic in our lives. So I would say that the one that really resonates with me the most is the NI-DOMS, you're not too complex to understand. One of my earliest childhood revelations was the fact that I did not feel like I could be understood by other people. I 100% had that realization when I was really young, and I was like, people just aren't going to understand, and that's just how it is, and I have to accept that people aren't going to see the world the way that I see it. And you know, that really kind of separates you, I feel like, and makes you it kind of separates you from humanity in a sense, because you're putting yourself in an area that the rest of humanity doesn't live inside of your own mind. And I wish that I would have known when I was younger that people do have the ability to understand, they just oftentimes won't. And then, I don't know, it would have been nice to know. That one hit me for sure. So, I agree with that meme too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my little meme review. If you did, give it a thumbs up and a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video, and we'll do some other interesting learning with tools from the internet or other things that I come up with for our own betterment together. All right, see ya. Bye.